Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have a vowel heavy rack. I would have etiolate through a T. I'm not seeing any sevens with this rack or any other eights. Probably too good to change. Even a play of just OE would leave quite a good rack leave of AEILT, but a vulnerable one since it's vowel heavy. No T. How about the consonants opponent has provided? Nothing with the J or the B. How about the D? No, not seeing anything there. So I'm wondering if I have a play in row I. Well, let me first consider if I have a play from the J which reaches the double word square, and I don't think I do. So let me go back to considering row I to get value from the J. So I could just play OE, and I'm minded to. This rack leave goes quite well with the D. And neither my L or T goes underneath the O, so I don't think I can really extend this any further. I'm going with this. Well, I have the I to go with the Q, and I also have the A and T for cat, so hopefully I can get rid of that in short order. I have caddy and cade through the D. Wow, at the moment I have cat and jot. That will get the Q tripled and score quite well, and leave a good rack leave. But opponent may well block that. However, I'm fairly confident that there'll be somewhere for my Q. I've blocked Kibler with OE. If opponent provides a U, I would have quartile or requital. I think that exhausts my Q options on this move. Well, apart from to say that if opponent provides an N, then I may be able to play trank. So is there anywhere for just QI? That would leave quite a good rack leave of alter. I don't think there is, but maybe the opponent will provide an opportunity. Opponent taking quite a while with this move. Could be about to go down with a bingo. He already leads by 30 points. Well, no bingo. An opponent takes out my preferred spot for cat. So I still have caddy and cade. Opponent has provided nowhere for chi. So this is what I have, caddy. And I think it's slightly better than cade because it opens up both sides of the board. Only 14 points. Am I missing a better Q spot? Well, no, I don't think I am. I'm going with this. I have trawled. That plays in column 9, making it. Will that be blocked? And do I have an alternative bingo? Just looking at the A of caddy to see if I have something through that, and I'm not seeing anything. I don't think trawled has an anagram. So what about the floaters? There's I and L of thill. Not seeing anything with either of those. And I think I've considered all other floaters. So what if my bingo is blocked? Well, I may be able to get my W on one of these double letter squares around the A of caddy. Well, and it could go on either one of them since we and EW are both good. I don't have an eye for playing parallel to caddy. And I don't have a play in row J getting the W tripled. I do have an E for making JOE, but OE only takes an S. Again, opponent taking a while with his play, but he has now played, and look at this. There's a double opportunity for trawled for 112. Bang! Fantastic. I now take the lead. I've drawn pretty badly, but that happens with 7 random tiles. U and V go particularly badly together, but a play of VUM or OVUM would get rid of both of them. And there are several spots, or more than one spot, to make those plays. So, VUM or OVUM? Let me see what VUM looks like. The hesitation with playing OVUM is that it takes a front N hook, and I would be opening up column 1. Also that the ideal vowel consonant rack balance is 2 more consonants than vowels, which is achieved by keeping the O on my rack. However, the O is not a particularly bingo-y vowel, but on the plus side, by retaining it, I do retain a hook for VUM. So overall, I think VUM is better than OVUM in this spot. Do I have anywhere else for VUM? No, there's just OVUM in column 12, but I think VUM, where it currently is better. Not great, but I do have a scoring tile in the H. Tholoi is good. That would place a T in the middle of row A, so I'd be slightly reluctant to do that. And if I played it lower down, that would also be poor because it would place an I or a vowel next to a triple word square. Now, Ulith is the anagram of Tholoi, and that doesn't play in column 2. Just looking in column 10. Well, I could play Hioi. That's quite attractive. Sorts out my rack and scores well, and takes out a super hot Z spot. So I can do this for 31, and I'm still retaining an O for OVUM. Is there anywhere better for Hioi? I don't think so. And I draw the Z, having just taken out that Z spot, but that happens. I lead by 40, but opponent on turn, so quite a close game and quite a few bingo lanes on the board. And a ton of good tiles to come, including both blanks and all 4 S's. Now, what am I going to do with my Z? Opponent has just taken out a spot for Fritz, but that wasn't a massively high-scoring spot. Just wondering if I've got any OZ plays. And I don't think I do. I think it's Fozy and not Foes. So where else can my Z go? Well, I've got... This is quite nice. This is really quite nice. I have Phase here. Not only is it 47 points, which is pretty good, this rack leave is quite tasty too. So, do I have anything better than Phase? And it's good to get rid of the F, because the F and the Z were both non-bingo-y tiles. I'm going with this. Well, it's taking a while to validate my play, but it is good. Okay, not quite sure what the cause of the delay is. I'm just wondering what hook's Bindi takes. I think it's just an S. Okay, not quite sure what's happened there, but crashing glass, usually a bad sign. And the game pretty finely balanced with just, well, less than 20 points between us. Well, this is connection closed. This isn't an adjournment. Let me reconnect. Are we back in action? I'm not sure we are. Oh, yeah, we are. And let me play phase. Okay, absolutely no idea what was going on there. Something closed the connection. I don't think I've got any programs open which I shouldn't, but if I did, then one would normally get a message to that effect. Now, look at this for a pickup. Excellent. Surely I will be bingoing now. I have loiters and estriol, and neither of those plays in column 2. Do I have... I note that estriol plays in row N, so I am bingoing. Opponent's got a good score of 45 points, so I only lead by 20. Do I have a play through the Y, and in particular beginning or ending with a Y? I have the LY ending, so I don't think so. Estriol, loiters, toilers. None of those play in column 2. So what about a play through the N? That would be retinols. That doesn't play. What about the G? This rack plus a G. It looks like there should be a play, but I'm not seeing it. Gloriest, not good. Wow, well, quite a dry rack. Now, hyoid does take an S, but I don't have anything which works there, so thank goodness for estriol, which does take an O in front, so I could be gifting opponent. Quite a nice column 1 play. So, just pausing, 12 minutes on my clock. Is there a better bingo? Is there a 4th anagram with these tiles? I don't think there is. So, one advantage of this play, having mentioned the O front hook for estriol, is that, of course, it's opening up this triple word square in the middle, so I'm opening up 2 hotspots, which is always better than opening up 1, because it means that you're guaranteed to have first shot at one of them. Of course, in the worst of all possible worlds, opponent may end up taking both. However, estriol for 77. Wow, what a pickup. Absolutely amazing pickup for 7 random tiles. There's a very strong chance I will be back-to-back bingoing. I have bocages in row O. Column 1 at the bottom, not a bingo lane. Wow, nice bingo for opponent. I'd forgotten that both blanks were unplayed. So he now trails by just 20. But look at this, I have bocages. Just pausing, how much time should I spend looking for a better bingo here? I'm inclined to think not very much, because row O is such a hot lane that I'm struggling to believe anywhere else is better to play. And I'm not sure any other play would score massively more than this. So bocages for 87. Wow, I have yawners, Not sure there's anywhere for that on the board now. It's suddenly quite a dry board, but a pretty good random rack. No O for estriol, still two to come. And I have Y and win in the top right. An opponent may well go there. What else do I have? Still 16 tiles to come, gosh. And pretty bingo-y, despite the fact that there are no S's or blanks. And at the moment, there is a floating E and N in the open, which are both quite bingo-y floaters. Just scanning the board in case there is a spot for yawners. I have a slight doubt about that, but I think it's good. Now, do I have a bingo through N or E? Don't think I do. V takes nothing in front, so row D isn't a super hot lane. Although I could play U, Y-E-W. Great, opponent effectively takes out the danger from the estriol hook. So these are my choices. I can play U, keeping a pretty good 4-letter set, but leaving these floaters alone. That would score 33 points and put me over 100 ahead. I would be creating a new bingo lane. Still one D to come and an M, both front hooks for emo. U takes an A, so that is opening up the potential for quite a big bingo in row C. So that's 33 points. The alternative is this, 33 points, and I think I prefer this. Let me check the vowel consonant position. 11 vowels out of 19. Wow, vowel heavy. Therefore, I'm inclined to play Y. For 33. And I'm just wondering if U would be better. That would score more. And I think it would. Double E takes a number of front hooks. 9 minutes on my clock. So same score. EW probably also takes a number of front hooks and opponent would score off the W. I'm going back to plan A. So Y for 33. Wow, I draw no vowels. Gosh. That's a bit of a shocker. I would have currents through a U, which opponent may stick out in the open. He is likely to be vowel heavy. Ammo not good. I have an A for going in front of NY, so at the moment I do have some options in column 13, but they would likely open up row A as a bingo lane, which I'd be reluctant to do. I have a very good lead, but I don't feel I'm quite over the line. So, what could opponent have? He must just have a ton of vowels, surely. The only remaining consonants, there are 5 of them, D, G, M, N, T. And opponent plays off only consonants. Unbelievable. And I'm guessing he's doing that for score, and maybe he's given up. Who knows? 7 tiles in the bag. So, what should I do here? I really wasn't expecting that. I see no point in opening up bingo lanes. Opponent may have a ton of vowels. He may also have M, N, T and 4 vowels, which give him a bingo. 8 minutes on my clock. So, what to do here? Pretty tricky. One of the advantages of a balanced rack in terms of vowels and consonants is that it gives you a lot of options. As soon as you have a very skewed rack, either massively, well, particularly when it's very consonant heavy, your options are limited. One good thing with this rack is if I play off whatever tiles I play off, there's a very good chance I'll draw vowels. So I don't need to worry about playing off my A. But what to do? Gosh, this is tough. Sid is good, but that would just be playing off a solitary consonant. I'm really struggling to see any way of playing off more than one consonant. What about a play through I and S? Such a dismal score. However, I can sort out the duplicate R. I can play crits for 7. This is a pretty good 4-letter set. And opponent may open the board up, and should he do so, I could have a bingo. And look at this, still 2 O's to come with the ovum hook available. I'm going with this. Well, I don't hit one of the O's. Opponent must have a dreadful rack. I have marinas. Nowhere for that. Not surprisingly, on this super tight board. Column 15 is a bingo lane through the Y, but I don't have one. Now, opponent finally does start playing off some vowels. 1 tile in the bag. Is it worth fishing for an O? And those O's are pretty useful. Not only is there the ovum hook, but there's also the estriol hook. So I'm being denied both of those. So supposing I played off an A and drew an O, do I have a bingo? Not sure I do. Certainly not one that's come to mind. What about playing off any other tile? Not seeing one. Okay. If I play off more than one tile, then I definitely won't be bingoing. Maybe I should accept that and aim to go out in 2 from this point. So if I played Amma, it takes an S, which I've got. There's a fairly good chance I'll have out options with this rack. And Amma scores 26 points, which is not bad. I'm going with this. I draw an O. So the O was the final tile in the bag. So I have noirs in row A and also in column 2. So I certainly am going out. Where is the best spot? Do I have any plays with the O in last or second last position? In row's not good, doesn't take an S. And I think all of the other anagrams, noirs, norries, ornis, roins, don't have an O late on in the play. However, I do have plays on opposite sides of the board, so I will be going out. Unto takes a J and a P in front. I have neither. Novum is good. Fantastic. So, what's my best play here? I have noirs. Do I have anything starting higher up, or indeed at A1? No, I don't think I do. So, noirs for 25. And why isn't that working? That's better. And the final score, 392 for my opponent, 502 for me, a winning margin of 110 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. It was my opponent to go first, and he got off to a great start with Job for 46. My rack, no bingo here, and I played at OE for 13. And look at this, Etoile would have got 5 more points, but crushed the rack. So I like my play. How do I go back? OE left a rack leave of AEILT. So how does AEILT compared to A? Well, it is a lot more than 5 points better. A must be worth about -1 or -0.5, something like that. And AEILT, I would say, is maybe worth 7 or 8 points. So not massively better, but I think OE is a better play. Opponent's rack plays Thill. And now, wow, interesting. I play Caddy for 14. I think that just playing off the cue with Chi would have been better. I think AEILRT is more than 3 points better than ELRT. Yeah, I think that was a mistake playing Caddy. Chi would have been better. So ELRT is probably worth slightly positive, maybe 3 or 4. And AEILRT probably north of about 10 points, somewhere between 10 and 15, so certainly a better play. Now, opponent's rack plays Opaque, which is an absolute dream play for me because I then have trawled for 112 and no other bingos apart from trawled in the other spot that I had identified for about half the score. Now, that changed the game and put me 40 points in the lead. And this is opponent's rack, and he plays Wingy. My rack pretty grim. So I play Vum for 24. I could have got 13 more points. J10 Mouth. Okay, which takes an S and a Y at the end with loads of S's and a Y to come, plus the blanks, and retaining the V. So I actually prefer my play. Vum keeps Holt. Let me just check that. Yes, Vum leaves Holt, which isn't a great rack leave. How does Holt compare to LV? Well, LV must be worth about -6 or 7, I think. And Holt, well, maybe -2. So on that basis, Mouth would be much better. But strategically, I think Vum has a lot of merit. It's not opening up massive bingo lanes. I'm retaining an O for the hook, and I am jettisoning the V, and I'm avoiding setting up this S lane. But probably I would suspect that Mouth would simulate better. Now, dreadful rack for opponent. Plays Ferk. And I play High Oi for 31, that looks fine. Opponent now has an S. Plays Bindi. And I play Phase for 47, but I could have got 3 more points for Teasel at D7 in the same spot, but retaining the F, and Zloty in column 12, sticking the Z in the middle of row A, so I prefer my play. Opponent's rack, no vowels at all. Plays Tux. And I have Estriol and D13 retinols. Where does that play? Oh, I think I considered retinols and thought that it was obstructed by the I, but it wasn't. However, Estriol the better bingo because it scores so much more. Wow! Well, I was going to say wow, miss bingo, but it was wow, bingo. Opponent finds Nervings, which was a great spot. And this is now a super close game with just 20 points between us. But I've drawn extremely well and have a choice of bingos in row O, including Bockages for 87. Oh, that's annoying. Boskage scores 3 more points. Because the G gets doubled, okay. And I could have got 4 more points with sockage. Anyway, very little between those plays, and I now have a 100-point lead, which is pretty strong. Opponent's starting to draw some vowels, plays Paleo, which was a good play for 35 points. I have Yawners, nowhere for it. Wavy C3, that would have been nice through the V, keeping NRS. I didn't see that, and I played Y for 33 points. I think Y's better. It's taking out bingo lanes. Now, opponent's rack, and this is where he played Dig, retaining 5 vowels. Okay, my rack. I played crits for 7. And Cranny, B10. Yeah, possibly a better play. That's not setting up any bingo lanes, and it's scoring 17 points. However, look at this. There were only 4 tiles in the bag. Now that's with my opponent's position, so yes, Cranny would have been better. Opponent plays Orn. I have Marinas, nowhere for it, and I play Amma, which sets up a spot for my S for next turn. Opponent's rack plays Unto, and I'm able to go out with Noirs. So, what a game. Opponent got off to a flying start, but I managed to peg my way back and then had a really good run of tiles in the middle, in particular with Estriol and Bocages, and earlier on, of course, trawled for over 100 points. So absolutely rip-roaring game. Always good fun to get over 500 points. Many thanks to my opponent for a good battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.